We have just 2 league games left to play, and we are now in the driving seat, and that is because in between episodes, things have kind of gone our way. We are 4 points clear. We are playing Zurich, a team that have just been relegated, or not relegated. They're in the relegation playoff, but also they are our local rivals. So this isn't necessarily going to be a given that we're going to beat them, but we should be able to, although we have lost against them once already this season. The reason why we're in this position, obviously, when we played Basel in the last episode, we won. They then lost again against Lugano. They beat Winterthur and Lausanne. They've got Young Boys, which is not an easy game. 3rd place Young Boys, who are still technically, I don't think they are fighting anymore, but they are technically fighting for a Champions League spot. We cannot finish any lower than 2nd place in the table. It's all basically, it's going our way. We beat Zurich in the Swiss Cup semi-final. We beat Lausanne. We beat Lausanne. We beat Sion. We've got Zurich and Winterthur. We need to win one of those games at least to basically confirm us as champions. But today we're also going to be playing St. Gallen in the cup final as well. We're going to hopefully get ourselves our 3rd star on our badge and another Swiss Cup as well. So our starting lineup then is probably as you'd expect, minus Gavin Bazunu's playing. He basically came to me in between episodes and said, I want to be playing more football, and I went, you know what, you probably should be, because I don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose Bazunu, because basically when Sommer retires, which I assume is the end of next season, that's basically the time for Bazunu to step up and be our number 1 full-time. So we need to keep him happy in the meantime. Pusic's corner, it's not a corner, it's a free kick, it's fallen for Pershers. It's not going to count though, although they are they celebrating? Are they celebrating? I don't know. I don't think that's going to count. I think it's disallowed. It is disallowed. Still 0-0, but only 2 minutes on the clock, and we've had the ball in the back of the net. 3 minutes on the clock. Are we going to do it again? Kapsevich with it. Plays it back to Joan Khan. Now Schmid. Now Khan once again across to Pershers. He's going to go down the line. He's not going to go down the line. Pusic on the right-hand side. He's got 4 in the box. Aragoni crosses. Janapo heads across. Brenner is there. It is 1-0. We may as well start carving our name on the trophy. Free kick for Raffia to take. Back post is Bergie? Was that Bergie who headed that? I think it was Pershers, actually. But for some reason, Bergie's name turned up. Free kick from the opposite side. Now, Joan Khan's fallen over like he's been shot by a sniper. It is going to be a penalty. And what do we do here? Do we change the penalty taker? I think we do. We've got a penalty. I don't want Brenner to take it. Who can we have taken our pens? I'm looking at the people who have taken penalties. Raffia hasn't taken one. Kapsevich and Billing have. And then the further down... You know what? Joan Khan, you won the penalty, mate. You take the penalty. I don't know whether he's actually taken it. I feel like that's still Brenner. It is Brenner. That's annoying. Why is Brenner taking the penalty? Khan would have scored that. Brenner's going to keep this one alive. He's not. He's just done an air shot. And Krasnicki can clear the ball. I just spent a few minutes trying to sort out who's going to take my penalty, and then it didn't even stick anyway. Kapsevich with a long-range free kick goes over the bar. 34 minutes on the clock. 1-0 up. We're only 1-0 up. We should be 2. And at half-time, it stays 1-0, but if it does stay this way, we will be champions. We will be champions against our rivals as well, which is surely a big kick in the teeth for them. Aragoni with a throw, 10 minutes into the second half. Billing goes for a little run forward. On the ground, it's not the best pass, but somehow Petar Pusic gets there. How did he manage that? Aragoni with it, 5 in the box. Billing's behind him. Does use Billing. Back to Aragoni, back to Billing, please. Back to Billing, there we go. Somebody needs to get this cross in. Aragoni's going to get flagged for offside in a minute. Billing, he's eventually crossed it. Janapo's there. And how has he missed that one? We should be 3-0 up. We really should be 3-0 up. We are just dominating them. They've yet to have a shot. 38% possession as well for them. We are all over them. Right, Janapo is going to come off. Sene is going to be the man to come on. We're also going to take off Dominic Schmid for Miro Muheim. Do we do any more subs at the moment? I think we stick with what we've got for now. And maybe we do maybe 3 subs in a minute. Final 20 minutes now of the game. And it's looking like we're champions, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's not the most convincing way to win the title. A 1-0 win against a team who are in a relegation scrap. But it looks like we're going to be champions. Farad Kaba's going to come on. Jankovic is going to come on. We're also going to do Aragoni coming off for Sturgeon. And we'll do that. There we go. That is all of our subs. And we should just be able to hold on and pick up the trophy. Don't do this to me, game. Do not do this to me. Bergie's They've scored. They've scored. We're getting VAR. Is it going to count? I don't think it's counting. Bloody Bergie nearly makes it 1-1, which would have meant we would have had to play the winter third game as well on camera. The goal is disallowed. We have dodged a bullet there. Still not quite over. Don't do this again. Remember last season? I'm trying to forget last season, but last season, where we were literally champions until the 94th minute of the game, of the final game of the season. Bazunu has the ball for us to Joan Khan. We've got 3 minutes of normal time. Miramuheim controls it well. Joan Khan lumps it upfield towards Sene. Doesn't win a header. Instead, he gets Zanotti sent off. Zurich have had literally one shot on target, so we should be picking up the 3 points. We are picking up the 3 points. We are picking up the trophy as well. I believe that is little Petar Pusic walking up to pick it up first. Are we actually going to see us pick the trophy up? Last time, the trophy disappeared. When we tried to pick it up, the trophy just completely disappeared. It's still in the man's hand. It's handed over to Pusic. It is going to be raised into the air, hopefully. Hopefully, come on guys, raise it. There we go. We are champions of Switzerland for the 30th time in Grasshoppers history. We do earn ourselves that 3rd star. Does that mean I now need to go and do that? I'm probably not going to put that in, just because it's a lot of effort, okay? And I don't have a huge amount of time at the moment. We're champions, okay? That's all we need. Lots and lots of people are happy that we've won the Super League. That is good. I've entered the Swiss Hall of Fame. I'm in the Swiss Hall of Fame? I am 7th in the Swiss Hall of Fame. If we win another domestic cup, we might actually move up to 6th. Ahead, maybe joint with Otmar Hitzfeld. So, I mean, because he's got 2 league wins and 3 cups. We've got 3 league wins and 2 cups, potentially. So, we could be the 6th best manager Switzerland has ever seen. So, in the end, it was somewhat disappointing, really. Considering how we started the season, we did not start the season very well. Then we got into the positions where we needed to be about halfway through. In fact, exactly halfway through the season. And then it was just sort of a ding-dong battle between us and Basel. And eventually, for the last 4 or 5 games of the season, we were there at the top of the table. Basel probably feel a bit unfortunate, but, you know, you did that to us last year. Now it's time for the Swiss Cup final, which looks like it's actually at our home stadium. Are we playing at our home stadium for this? We've done a few changes because this is the Swiss Cup. We're allowed to play some players who aren't registered in the league. We do have Tim Weah. I believe I'm starting Tim Weah. He might be on the bench, actually. He's starting, sorry. We're also playing Brian Smith, who has a little star next to his name because I think he's got some potential on the bench as well. We've got Caicedo, who annoyingly, I mean, I can't register him. I want to register him because I think he is definitely one for the future. We are 6 minutes on the clock. Milan's coming forward with a ball. Finds Schmid one-on-one with the keeper and big Gavin Bazunu. Basically trying to prove a point there that he should be our number 1 goalkeeper. Stopping that one from going in. Schmid's gone over to take the corner. Schmid. Is that a different Schmid from the other one? I don't know. It's cleared by Pershers. It's going to be a throw. Ziggy with a goal kick for St. Gallen. Lumps it forward. Ewan's there but can't get past Scales. Now Schmid for us. He's going to go down the left-hand side slowly, but he's going to go there. Tim Weah collects. Back to Schmid. Play it across, please. Billing. Now Tim Weah once again lumps it forward. Finds Petar Pusic. One-touch control is superb. And he was a little bit greedy there, trying to tuck that in from such a tight angle. Another chance starts with a cross from Pusic, which is cleared. And I'm worried Billing there was chasing him. And I thought he was just going to go straight through the back of him. It is St. Gallen coming forward with the ball. I'm not massively confident we're going to win this one. Von Moos is in on goal as well. His effort is horrendous. Raffia with a cross for us. Pershers has hit the post. And it is cleared by St. Gallen. This match has suddenly come alive. Raffia to Brian. Brian's going to go for a run. Brian Smith, the Australian and Scotsman. Back to Brian Smith. He's not big enough to be a centre-back and he's not attacking enough to be a right-back. But we're trying him as a right-back. Pusic on the ground. Not the best pass for Brenner. And now, potentially, St. Gallen can clear the ball. Ewan, he's going to go for a run. Got no support whatsoever. He's gone off towards the right-hand side. A couple of greens are joining him in the middle now. Ewan back to Nicolucci. Ewan again with loads of space as well. Ellie Ewan, I think I had him on my USL Dunkirk game. Is that a penalty? That's surely not a penalty. We're getting VAR. It might be a penalty. I think it will be a penalty, you know. It's a penalty. It appeared to be a rather harsh decision. Right, Gavin. Do a job. Save this one. Proved to me that you should be our number one keeper. He's gone into the bottom corner. Sierra makes it 1-0 to St. Gallen. And maybe we're not going to win the double. Half an hour on the clock. Von Moos to that man's name. Ball into the middle to Schmid. And Bazunu has had a howler there, hasn't he? He was already on the floor before the ball got near him. And the commentary says, that's Brian Smith's mistake. What did Brian do wrong? Are you blaming him for that? Are you blaming Brian for that? I mean, it's 100% Bazunu. Let's try and look on the bright side. There's still 45 or 50 minutes to play with champions of Switzerland. Nobody cares about the Swiss Cup. Billing's gone for a curler. Philip Billing cares about the Swiss Cup, apparently. Third goal of the season. It's 2-1. And it stays 2-1 going into the half-time break. Get the trophy. We've got some players who are not looking very well. What we're going to do, we're just going to do keep going, and Brenner, keep going. I mean, Brenner's 6'5". We've got Schmid on a 6'3". That is a problem. Ziggy with a free kick for St. Gallen. 5 minutes into the second half. Pershers controls it and plays it back to Gavin Bazunu. Big kick over the halfway line. That's a ridiculously big kick from the Republic of Ireland international. It's coming back towards us though. Tim Ware collects. Schmid down the left. I want to see a much better second half from you. Tim Ware's pass is just awful. I don't even know who was trying to pass that one to. And Ziggy trying to match Bazunu for the big kicks over the halfway line. Ewan's managed to get past all of our defence. He's one-on-one with the keeper. And Bazunu has managed to stop that one. It is going to be a corner for Schmid to take though. Right-footed towards the middle. Philip Billing, the big 6'6" man, can head that ball clear. I'm thinking that was the highlight. It was. Right, Schmid is being just undone. Completely undone by Ewan. So we're going to try something here. And, I mean, is Ewan any good? I say, is he any good? I think he is good. Can we say to you... I never know how to do this. Liam Scales, can I make you mark... I don't want a specific position, specific player. Ellie Ewan. Mark him out of the game. That might mean that Milans is going to end up having a lot more space to run into down the right-hand side. That's a foul? It's not a foul. What's going on with this highlight? Ramos Mingo, then, for St. Gallen. Plays on the ground. Ball forward. Von Moos is one-on-one with a keeper. Bazunu with a save. Kapsavich can get it clear. Tim Weyer. Counter-attack? Why is there no counter-attack? Right, Brenner's coming off. Farid Cabot is going to come on. Brenner has done absolutely nothing. Schmid and Brenner are the two players. I don't know what they're doing this match. Final 15 minutes. We've got a chance, possibly. I mean, that was a free kick in a very good position and we decided to cross it. Why didn't we just shoot that one? Brian Smith has the ball for us. Kapsavich. Smith's carrying on his run. Kapsavich's pass is just awful. Don't really know why we tried that. Pershers has controlled it. Philip Billing. Ball to Tim Ware. Heads down. Farid Kaba's in on goal. And Farid Kaba is there. He's celebrating. Is he celebrating? I don't know. We're getting VAR, but I think this is going to count. I think the goal is going to count. It does count. It is 2-2. The substitute Farid Kaba with the goal. We're going to do another change. Our final change. Kapsavich is coming off. Caicedo is going to be coming on. I say final change. I don't know whether we're allowed to do 5 in this competition. There's 2 minutes left to play and St. Gallen coming forward. It's Sierro to that man's name, Castanos. It's a good save from Bazunu. And I don't think that was the highlight. Joan Khan with it. Back to Bazunu. Just get it upfield, mate. Just get it upfield. It's coming back towards us. So Milans finds Schmid on the left-hand side. Crosses it in. Von Moos is going to probably keep that in play and does. Finds Milans, the fullback. Von Moos again crosses it in. Controlled by Brajkovic. And it is over the bar. We have dodged another bullet there. Corner for St. Gallen. We're not playing very well, are we? Let's be honest. We're not playing very well. Dabilla collects it. Castanos outside the area. I thought he was going to go for a goal then. Pershers has ran off. Or not Pershers, I don't even know who it was. Ellie Ewan scored as an extremely loud, complete arsehole drives past my house on his motorbike. It's 3-2. That's one of the worst things about living on a main road, is when stuff like that happens, particularly when you're trying to commentate something. There's nothing you can do about it. Sierro has the ball. We are in the 95th out of 95 minutes. We're going to lose the Swiss Cup to St. Gallen, but we're still champions of Switzerland. They've hit the post. Pershers and Scales can clear the ball together. I mean, I don't know what. I think it was Scales, wasn't it? For their goal, he just ran off. He just ran off to mark somebody completely irrelevant for some reason. We're not going to watch St. Gallen pick up the trophy. Although, I would like to point out, their manager, when he turns up, does look a little bit like Sean Dyche. Or is that just me? He's just a bald man wearing a suit, isn't he? He's not even wearing a suit, he's just wearing a tie. Well, we didn't want to win that one anyway. We're not too fussed about the Swiss Cup. We still have one further game to play in the league. We're going to come back the other side of the Winter Third game. We are champions, so it doesn't really matter what happens. The final game of the season against Winter Third ended 3-0. Brenner with 2, Petar Pusic with a goal as well. We have now got the end of season review. Lovely little trophy there. We've managed to obviously win the league. The signing of the season weirdly goes for Jan Sommer. I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, he was good. He kept 6 clean sheets in 13 appearances, so he did keep a clean sheet in basically half of the games that he actually played in. But for £900,000 for a 37-year-old goalkeeper is a bit steep. We did have a very busy summer, obviously. We're bringing in a lot of people. Schurz, B+, Sturdew with an A+. Annoyingly, he was out of contract, and I didn't realise this. He's now signing for Nice. Farid Kaba, B+ Scales, I think was a decent signing for us as well. Brian Smith joining in January. There is going to be some interesting times in the seasons ahead for Smith. Caicedo, we know what happened with Caicedo. I mean, this is a huge amount of transfers, isn't it? Theo Brutan, we definitely overpaid for him, but he's Swiss. That's the goal there. We brought in ourselves a Swiss young footballer who's going to be playing national team football for many, many years. Overall, I think we actually had a pretty good season. Obviously, we won the league, get to the Swiss Cup final, getting out of the group stage with Olympiacos, Milan and Ajax. The Barcelona games we won't talk about. Financially, lots of things have gone up. 35 million from competition prize money. I assume that is surely just winning Champions League games, whereas last season we didn't really win many. Bunch of awards for people as well. Aragoni, Fans Player of the Season, which I think is probably every year he wins that. Sturdew, Young Player, weird one. Especially at 24. I wouldn't consider him a young player anymore. Sommer, Signing of the Season. Genepo, Goal of the Season. Brenner, as we expect, scores loads of goals. Aragoni, loads of assists and man of the matches and average ratings. And Sturdew loves a pass, apparently. 4 records have been broken as well. Aragoni for 10 man of the match awards. Brutan for 4.6 million is our highest transfer fee ever. Highest received, 7.77 apparently. And Brenner, a goal after 15 seconds. Competition awards as well. Brenner wins that one again. We're the other side of the Champions League final, and I just wanted to point out, biggest overachievers, Grasshopper Club Zurich. That's right, we are the biggest overachievers in Europe, technically. That's what I'm taking that as. We're going to take a look at the final coefficients for the season then as well, because I don't think there's any more games to be played that count towards coefficients. I have no idea either how well other teams from Switzerland have done in Europe. I assume they've been knocked out because they haven't got much more points than when we last checked. We're not moving anywhere, are we? We're still staying in 8th place, which does mean we get a team straight into the group stages. As we know, 1 into almost the group stages. This is what we need. We need whoever that team is there, which I think might be Young Boys, to end up getting into the proper Europa League, because that will get us more coefficient points for a win in that than it will for a win in the Europa Conference League. That is going to do it then for this episode and this season. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We'll be back with Season 6, where we are off on another European adventure. We've got a lot of transfers coming through in the summer as well. We're probably going to have to shift on a lot of players that we brought last summer. Because of registrations, it's a mess. And it's 100% my fault. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.